Greetings and salutations, my lovelies. Bardic Kitty here, and I know it's been a while since I've done a video. I'm not going to get too much into that because this is already going to be a little bit long, but I should be posting a regular weekly video tomorrow still, fingers crossed. One thing I am going to mention now is that instead of Thursdays, I'm actually going to be uploading on Wednesdays for a while, and that's because I've had to get another job, and I am working all day on Thursdays now, so I don't have time to get a video up on Thursday, so it's going to be on Wednesdays instead. Alright, so in case you couldn't tell when you clicked on the thumbnail or link or whatever today, I'm going to be going through more of my daily sketches that I've been doing this year. The last video I did for this was with the, we ended in April, so I'll be starting with May in the sketchbook, and then because we're horribly behind, I'm going to do like May through July. And then rather than go all the way through August too, I'm going to do August and September at the end of September so that I'm not just doing all of this at once. So of course May was Mermay, and I didn't do big finished pieces for all of these. Instead I just stuck with sketches, and they were just my daily sketches for the day. So this is just kind of a generic little pretty mermaid with some pearls, and I had a lot of fun. I actually really love this design. I think she turned out really cute. But then all of the ones after this, I actually went ahead and did like some, casting a bad shadow, aren't I? I actually went ahead and did some prompts, and I had a type of fish, a like just some kind of descriptor, and like a profession or no, like a prop. So they had, so for example, this one, I had lobster, which I know isn't exactly a fish, but it was fun. And then her descriptor was that she's blind, and then the prop was that she was a bottle. So I have her like stuck inside a bottle, and since she's blind, she can't figure out what's going on. And it's really sad, but like I'm really happy with the way that one turned out. This one was a cannonball jellyfish. I didn't do all of the detailing because they have like these little like crackly looking things all over them. And, you know, I only had so much time, but she's a priestess, and she has a mask, so she's got like this like oversized priestess robe, and I don't know, I thought she was really cute. This is probably one of my favorites. It's a manatee dancer with a regular sized weapon, so she's like belly dancing with the sword balanced on her head. But yeah, I just am really happy with this one. Manatees are probably my favorite sea animal of anything. These are pipefish mermaids and scars, so like a couple of them have like these little, or mainly this one has like little scars where she's got like a little bite mark on her arm and little things on her tail, and then skull. And pipefish are only like, they only get to be about 7 to 8 inches long, I believe, so I was playing with the idea of them, of the mermaids actually only being about that big, so they're playing inside of just a normal sized human skull. Demonic orca with magical powers. That one was a lot of fun. This one looks so dorky, and I love it. She's a sawfish, which is kind of a swordfish style thing, and she's got an oversized weapon and super long hair. And it's just, this thing was so goofy and fun to draw. Alright. And then I have a mandarin fish, elderly with pets. And this started a new headcanon that as mermaids age, they become less buoyant, and so they start to sink. And I imagine like just a bunch of elderly mermaids just like with their walkers like going around the seafloor. And of course I made her a crazy cat lady, so she's got little catfish. So many catfish. Alright. Anglerfishes. I love doing anglerfish mermaids. They are always so creepy and delightful. And formal clothing, so she's like dressed up like she's going to a party or something, and or like a prom or a ball. And there are types of anglerfish that just have, instead of the one doodly bop thing that comes out of its forehead, they just like have them coming out everywhere, all over the body. And so I kind of looked at some references of that and made the wings, which was the descriptor for her, using those. So those are all just little lures. A dolphin adventurer with a shoe, so she's trying to figure out, like, what is this weird thing and why would you want it? A clownfish with extra limbs and an umbrella. And this is another one that I'm super happy with, although people keep telling me it looks like Ronald McDonald, and that kind of annoys me. But if I were to actually color this one, which I'd like to do some finished pieces with some of these, even though right now they're all just sketches. So yeah, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out, even if people do keep saying it looks like Ronald the McDonald, because he's the clown, yeah. A stonefish elemental tools, and so instead of making him like an elemental, he's working with like the stone, and it's already called a stonefish. So this one's almost more of like a centaur style mermaid, because stonefish have like mouths that face up and they're like bottom dwellers, from what I'm not a fish expert, so most of this was like a little bit of research before I started my sketches each day. But like its mouth would be like facing up off of the ground like that. So I just kind of made that where the body came out. And yeah, this one is fun. It has a lot of really nice detailing. She's a Bangai cardinalfish. Apologies if I pronounced that wrong. And she's fey, so I actually gave her little like wings that kind of resemble the shape of some of her fins, and she's got the long pointy ears and jewelry, so she's got all kinds of fun body jewelry and necklaces and stuff going on. This is a triggerfish, and he has tattoos and fire, so I actually just made fire tattoos on him, and he's like trying to impress the ladies, obviously, like absolutely. This one was fun too, even though it's very outside of my normal thing. And then I'm not going to try to pronounce this type of jellyfish, but this one's another jellyfish. I did like 3 different jellyfish because I think they're really cool. And professional and weapon. So I figure what kind of professional would have a weapon? Obviously, she's a gladiator. She turned out a little more Wonder Woman than I meant to, because I did give her like the headpiece, like the tiara thing. But she's supposed to just kind of be like more of just a gladiator warrior woman. Squid, child, and art supplies. So I did like a top down of this little baby squid, and he's like crawling through like paints or inks or something. This one was so fun, and it was in some ways like really simple, but also very hard to draw, because I wanted to make sure that it read properly and that you were looking down at the person crawling. A beluga amputee with treasure, so I decided obviously that means she's got a hook, because if she's looking for treasure, she's a pirate, and so the treasure is like she's got the chest, but she's also got all these like strings of pearls. I apologize if you hear weird noises in the background. My cats are making noise. And try to get through this a little more quickly. So this one's a sea nettle jellyfish, and he's got a mohawk and a musical instrument. And it kind of just looks like he's a rocker with a dress, and that amuses me greatly. Another one that I was super proud of, I was so uncertain of how to do the seahorse. I can't talk, sorry. The seahorse bit, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out, because they have a lot of weird angles and spiny bits and stuff. So I was really happy with that, and she's a librarian in human clothing, so she's wearing like the like long sleeve shirt with the vest, and she's got glasses, and she's being a sexy librarian seahorse. This one was angelfish, which I went specifically with a flame angelfish, and feral with crystals, so it's got just kind of a less human kind of thing. It's got more like claws, and like its human features aren't as developed, so it doesn't really have much of a nose, and I just did these like crystals in the background that it's hiding in, and that one was fun. That was another one that was just different enough from my usual thing to be a lot of really interesting. A plump parrotfish in a fishing net, so she's all caught and everything, and it's I do and don't like this piece, because it is kind of sad, because she's caught in the net. And if you've never heard of a handfish, you need to go look it up right now, because they are the dorkiest, amazing fish ever. And they actually they're called hand fins, and they just like walk around on the ocean floor with these little like hands, basically. And so she had a mohawk and a weapon. I did, in case you hadn't guessed, reuse some of the descriptor and prop things. So I figured since her thing was that she was a hand fish, she should have hand weapons, so she's got these, like, wicked metal claws, and she is just derptastic, and I love her so much. And we're almost done with May. I have an active octopus with tattoos and skull, so I actually just did, like, a little skull tattoo. I was in a bit of a hurry, and I had gotten the octopus girl drawn, and then I was like, shoot, I didn't put the other stuff on there, so I just gave her a skull tattoo real quick. A sea goldie feral with a pet, so again, just making it, this one isn't as, like, feral personality-wise, but it still has, like, the less human features, and I was going to give it a pet sea turtle, but I kind of ran out of time. A clown loche plump with treasure, so she got a little bit of a pudge, and she's, like, clown loches are pretty small, so she's just got this, like, big old quarter that's, like, almost as big as she is. A demonic shark in a mask, so I had fun with just kind of this, like, angular, like, demonic mask with, like, teeth bits on the bottom parts, and yeah, it was kind of fun. I'm not too happy with the tail, but if I did this one again, I'd probably fix that a little bit. Another one that compositionally didn't turn out quite the way I intended, it was Narwhal Priestess Umbrella. So the idea is that because the Narwhal have the big, like, I think it's actually a tooth, but it's, you know, usually called a horn. They've got that, and then, like, the umbrella looks like one of their horns, and so she's, like, praising the umbrella because it's, yeah, I don't know. That was kind of the concept, but it's just very basic and simple, and I feel like I could have done more with that. A koi amputee in a bottle. The poor little thing is so scared. Poor scared koi fish. This one didn't quite get finished either. It's a box fish. These things are another one that you should look up if you like dorky fish, because it's just like a box with fins. And then child and jewelry. So I actually put the box fish in a jewelry box because it's like, hey, I fits in this, and she's just like hanging out. And I was going to do like some jewelry like coming out of the jewelry box, but I didn't have time to finish it. She doesn't even have hair. A Moorish idol with super long hair in a shoe. And so again, these are small fish, so I was playing with like how actual fish are sized, so she's small enough to just lay inside the shoe. And that was another one that was different. I don't, you know, draw like shoes very often other than like the generic boots and stuff that I put on my characters. So and then this one right here, so much time went into this, and it's not done yet. I could not figure out what to do with her other arm because I wanted it to kind of be like on her hip, like, yeah, I'm a badass, so what? But like, I didn't want it to actually get in the way of any of this. But she's a leafy sea dragon adventurer with an oversized weapon, and so my thought is that this is like just like a chicken, or a chicken. Wow, where did I get chicken? A kitchen knife, like a big like chef's knife, but like the handle's broken off, so she's like holding on to the end that would go into the handle, and it's just that because again, you know, leafy sea dragon is kind of a type of seahorse and they're not very large, so the size would work out to be about right. But yeah, really happy with that. And then I had a rough patch, and I did not draw for a while, which was kind of depressing to me because I wanted to try to do Junicorn this year. But, you know, I mean, things happen. I'm human. I had a lot of stuff going on. So June 17th was the next drawing that I did. And these are kind of like doing like unicorn girls instead of like sticking to just unicorns, because I didn't want to have to draw a bunch of horses because I'm not very good at drawing those. This is probably one of my favorites. She just looks really sweet and cute. And then just practicing on doing some portraits. And then this one's not a unicorn, but this is a character of mine named Umbapu, and I had drawn her for something else that day, and so I kind of just transferred the sketch into here because it counts. It's something that I had sketched that same day. This one's horn is kind of out of place, but she just looked really angry Kieran girl. Not a narwhal, but just some kind of fish with a horn, and it's like looking really confused. Another one that was okay. Some anatomy issues here. Really happy with this one. I love the horn and like the way the face looks, and the anatomy and the pose is pretty decent. Another one that I kind of like, her nose was a little big, but that's fine. We're not going to judge her. Just getting in some body practice and playing with different types of horns. So this one's just kind of a little stub. This one kind of looks like a pile of poo, which was entirely unintentional. And aside from that, I really love like the facial features and the ear and everything else about it, except the horn looks like garbage, and I wish it was at least higher on her forehead, if not just completely redesigned. This one was fun, doing a unicorn boy. I played with the ear design again, and more of like a bony kind of horn that's like notched like a finger bone or something. We're just not going to talk about that one. That one's just bad. Unfinished, but I used obviously a reference for the pose, and I was really happy with it. Played around with like some outfit design and the way that her horn would look. So that's the end of June. And then July I did mostly just like some different pose sketches and stuff. I thought she was really cute, like little Cyclops girl. And then pose practice, kind of how I've been feeling lately. Had another few days where I didn't do anything. I call this a puggy fish. It's like a cross between a pug dog and a jellyfish, because that needed to happen. You have now witnessed greatness here, guys. Attempting to draw a male anatomy, trying it again. It looks a little better, but like these legs, like holy crap. He never skips leg day, guys. Really happy with the way this one turned out. I used a reference. Just something that I found online. I probably should like keep those and link to it. This I did from a picture of my cat Cassander, and he's precious and I love him. And it's just cute little like chibi face, and she's all like, "Grr, hiss, I am scary," because she's got like little fangs, and she just looks so mischievous and adorable. And I think, yeah, that's the last one in there. So then I started a new sketchbook, and I had some issues with the sketchbook. One of the things was messed up. I actually had to cut that out myself because it was actually folded up into the pages, and I reached a point in the book where I wasn't able to turn my pages anymore. So I left the first page blank so it wouldn't smear. And again, we've got just some body practice, trying with different poses. I was really unhappy with the way that face turned out. Just really quick, easy stuff. I tried to sketch a baby, and it kind of just turned out kind of doofy looking. Little alien design. I kind of like that. I like the way her eyes look and the different things on her head. After Mermaid, I needed to kind of step back from doing really detailed stuff for the most part, and so my sketches have gotten a lot quicker, most of them. This is my character Shamira, just looking kind of confused. I'm playing around with the idea of being able to emote her despite not having a face. This I actually did with my non-dominant hand. I actually did this all with my left hand, which is why she's all screwy looking and the lines are all shaky. Just doodling some faces, created another little alien critter. This was kind of, I was trying to just draw a person and the anatomy wasn't turning out right, so I was just like, screw it, it's an alien now. More practicing with like profiles and kind of artsy stuff. Bodies. Playing around with like creepy things to do with faces. I drew some shapes and it turned into a mouse kind of with hearts. Yeah. Tried drawing like a leopard from an image I found online. More body sketches. And that was basically it. So that was the end of July. Again, I'm going to try to have a video out tomorrow, which will be Wednesday the 5th. The 5th. I'm sorry again for my absence. I will touch on that more in the video tomorrow. I'm doing better. Just had some stuff I needed to deal with. Had to get a job, like I said. Lots of little things. But anyway, those are my daily sketches for the year through July. And sneak peek for next time, just more bodies. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!